With the Separatist chain of command in chaos, Separatist forces lash out at any Republic strongholds they can reach as their faction goes to die. One such Republic stronghold was the recently reclaimed world of Kaller, which now found itself once again in the sights of a large Separatist offensive, trying to desperately retake the world before Separatist command structures fall into chaos. Republic troops, having just liberated the world, were enjoying their success when their celebrations were breached by the arrival of a Separatist counterattack. The objectives of Republic forces in this engagement were simply to repel the Separatist attack and hold off long enough for the droid shutdown command to be delivered to the droid armies. Meanwhile, on the Separatist side, they sought to create instability within Republic forces on Kaller and optimistically seize the planet from Republic control. The Republic force in this engagement were members of the 41st Elite Corps, led by Jedi General Balaba. Meanwhile, the droid forces were of a number of unknown droid battalions, serving under what was left of the forces of General Cleave. General Cleave's forces were driven off the planet just days earlier when Balaba's forces had managed to successfully retake the capital and force the Separatist troops off of their world. But with the death of Count Dooku and the chaos following Grievous's rise to power, the order was given for Cleave's forces to launch a counterattack. The invasion launched by Cleave was remarkably efficient in its initial hours, with Separatist forces managing to briefly seize the capital city. However, they were quickly forced out by a large Republic counterattack. Meanwhile, Balaba found herself and her commanders caught in a series of ambushes along wintry mountain passes outside of the capital. This would ultimately end up being where a majority of the fighting was, as Separatist forces ended up pinned in the higher mountainous regions of the planet. With the capital once again under Republic control, all eyes turned to the showdown in the mountains, where Balaba's forces had set up a defensive perimeter and attempted to stop Separatist forces from advancing down the road to carry out another attack on the capital. The defensive forces of the 41st had set up some pretty firm defensive lines, mainly consisting of entrenched infantry units supported by large mounted rapid-firing blaster cannons, which were supported in the rear by a number of all-terrain tactical enforcers providing heavy armored support. The droid force carrying out this attack was almost entirely constructed of B-1 battle droids, supported by a number of armored assault tanks being used as artillery units at the start of the engagement. The opening shots of this engagement came in the form of a number of volleys of long arcing blaster fire fired from the armored assault tanks of the advancing Separatist troops. This blaster fire did significant damage to the Republic defensive forces, managing to neutralize several ATTEs and force many Republic infantry units into their trenches, scurrying for cover. Soon, this bombardment would be accompanied by a hail of small arms fire from advancing Separatist infantry, which were advancing in a parade style down this mountain pass. This left Republic forces in a relatively tricky position, pinned down, taking artillery fire and small arms fire from the advancing Separatists. Now, the clones were able to use their heavier munitions, their heavy emplaced rapid-firing blaster cannons, to do the best they could to hold off the advancing Separatist infantry, but with armor supporting that infantry, they found this to be a stiff challenge. In this circumstance, Balaba sent for reinforcements, dispatching her Padawan Caleb Dune to recover more clone forces to assist in the battle. However, he returned with only one clone unit, Clone Force 99, who quickly began carrying out a stealthy assault. This light infantry unit made their way around the Separatist force and began attacking from positions uphill to the side of the mountain pass, leaving the Separatists now pinned between the edge of a cliff and the advancing Special Forces units. This left Separatist command with two options. They could either advance into the entrenched Republic troops or withdraw down the path back the direction they had come from, basically retreating from the engagement. However, they didn't have much time to consider this, as their forces were quickly overwhelmed by some rather unique Special Forces tactics. Using the environment, Clone Force 99 rolled a boulder down the hill that managed to take out a large portion of the Separatist infantry force, and then proceeded to carry out a dynamic infantry assault on foot, which saw small arms engagements with the remaining B-1 battle droids, and a rather unique tethered attack, which saw all three armored assault tanks sent careening over the nearby cliffside. On top of this, the forces of Clone Force 99 also used a number of light explosives to dispatch any remaining units of B-1 battle droids. With the battle droids and tanks now dispatched and the path clear, Republic forces launched a counterattack, attempting to neutralize any droid forces that might be mustering for another attack down the roadway towards the capital. It does appear that this Separatist assault force which was sent down the path represented a large portion of the Separatist invasion force in the area. So with the advancing Republic infantry now under the support of a few remaining all-terrain tactical enforcers, they likely stood a pretty good chance against the remaining battle battle droids present near the Separatist staging area. The following battle would see the destruction of the droid forces still present on Kaller and result in the Siege of Kaller ending with an Imperial victory, as in the final moments of this battle, Order 66 was declared and Jedi General Depa Billaba was executed by her troops. At the end of the day, the Battle of Kaller is just one of many battles that would be interrupted by the end of the war, and while the fighting wouldn't continue up until the droid shut down, at least not on a large scale, the battle ultimately did end following Grievous's death and the end of the Clone Wars as many people see it. This battle occurred at the same time as the Battle of Utapau, which saw Republic forces laying siege to the last major Separatist military stronghold. If you'd like to learn about how the Republic carried out their assault on the cities of Utapau in an effort to kill General Grievous, I'll leave a link in the upper right-hand corner to my battle analysis on that. And if you have any other engagements you'd like to see covered in future episodes of Battle Analysis and added to the archive, you can let me know down below in the comments. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.